Hi guys, my
Hi,
name is.
hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So in this video we will begin with a new chapter, that is chapter number 11.
Now I gonna read chapter lesson 11. So pay attention. Have a child इमास, stay be in Japan इमास. जब हम कोई लिविंग थिंग्स के लिए बात करते हैं तो गामा आर्टिकल लगेगा, और हम कोई प्लेस या फिर प्लेस या फिर नॉन लिविंग थिंग्स की बात करते हैं तो मी पार्टिकल लगेगा. जैसे कि हैव अ चाइल्ड को दोमो गा इमास, स्टे बी इन जापान निहोन नी इमास. टेक रिफरेंस टू टाइम और मनी का कारिमास. जब हम कोई टाइम की बात कर रहे हो और मनी की बात कर रहे हो. टेक अ डे ऑफ यासुमिमास. जब हमारा कोई डे ऑफ होता है तो यासुमिमास. वन तो जब हम कोई काउंटिंग थिंग्स के लिए यूज़ करते हैं, जैसे कि वन थिंग, वन एप्पल, टू एप्पल, थ्री एप्पल, तो हम ये काउंटिंग यूज़ करते हैं. वन इकोत्सु, टू फुटात्सु, थ्री मित्सु, फोर योत्सु, फाइव इत्सु, सिक्स मुत्सु, सेवन अनात्सु, एट यात्सु, नाइन कोकोनोत्सु, टेन तो हाउ मेनी इकुत्सु. जब हम कोई पर्सन की बात करते हैं, जैसे कि वन पर्सन हितोरी, टू पर्सन फुटारी, एंड पीपल को हम बोलते हैं निर. काउंटर फॉर मशीन्स एंड कार. जब हम कोई काउंटर जब हम कोई मशीन गिनते हैं, कार्स गिनते हैं, तो उसके लिए हम काउंटर को लगाएंगे दाई. काउंटर फॉर पेपर्स फॉर स्टैम्प्स माई, टाइम काई, एप्पल रिंगो, माद्रियन ऑरेंज मिकान, सैंडविच सैंडविचू, कवि कारी, आइसक्रीम आइसक्रीमू, पोस्टेज स्टैम्प हित्ते, पोस्ट कार्ड हागाकी, एनवलप फुटोऊ, स्पेशल डिलीवरी सोटात्सु, रजिस्टर्ड मेल पाकिटो. नाउ सेकंड पेज. एमेल एमेरू, सीमेल फुनाबिन, parents Ryoshin, and brothers and sisters Kyodai. My elder brother Annie, someone else elder brother Oni-san. My elder sister Anne, someone else elder sister One-san. My younger brother Otto-san, Otto, someone else younger brother Otto-san. जब हम किसी और की बात करते हैं तो सान लगेगा. हमारी फैमिली की बात हो रही है तो सान नहीं लगेगा. माई यंगर सिस्टर इमोटो, समवन एल्स यंगर सिस्टर इमोटो सान. फॉरेन कंट्री गाइकोकु, हार्स जिकान, वीक्स शोकान, मंथ्स कागेत्सु, अबाउट बुराई, हाउ लॉन्ग दोनों पुराई, इन टोटल जेल बुदे, in all everything minna only dake.
Okay. So right now we have read the vocabularies for chapter 11. I hope you guys got it. Now let us move to the patterns of this chapter. Okay, first let me say something about this chapter is all total based on numbers, where to use a perfect suffix after which number or after which thing, when to use dai, mai or kai. Okay, so we're gonna learn this in this video. Okay, so as we told, for counting things there are specific words for 1 to 10, like utotsu, futatsu. Okay, till 10, 1 to 10. These words are used to count things up to 10, only just 10. 11 and above 11 are counted as simple in our counting, like ju, ichi, ju, ni, ju, san. Okay. Now, what are counter suffix? When we are talking about any quantity, or when we are talking about a thing, like when we are basically talking about the quantity, so we use the suffix. Okay. So here are some suffix that you should know. So if you learn them, you will be able to use them at the right place. For example, like if you're talking about people, when you're talking about people, you can't use dai or kai or mai. The perfect suffix, the right suffix for people is nin. The number of people leaving 1 and 2. If 1 is there, so hitori. If 2 is there, so futari. And after above 2, it will be same your number and then your suffix, which is nin. The suffix for people is nin. Then the suffix for machines and electronic devices, the suffix is dai. The suffix used is dai for machines, cars and electronic device or vehicle. The suffix is used dai for machines. Okay. Then for paper or for thin things like paper, stamps, postcards, so the suffix used is my. Your number and then your suffix, which is my, for thin things like paper, stamps, postcard, envelope. Okay. Then your suffix for times, like you're saying this many times in a week, or too many times, or three many times. So the suffix used is kai, for how many times. So your number before kai and then the suffix which is kai for time. Then the suffix for minute, which is fun. Your number and fun. Okay. Then your suffix for hours. Your suffix for hours would be jikan. The suffix used for hours, when you're talking about hours, so the suffix which will be used after your time, which is jikan. Okay. Then for for days, the suffix used for days is nichi. As we studied, I don't know, but when we are saying the weekdays from Monday to Sunday, there is nichi because we are talking about days, right? Okay. The number they take the counter suffix nichi. Okay. Now here are more suffix like for weeks, months and year. Like week would be shukan. Your months will be kagetsu, and even this was in the vocabulary too. Kagetsu, and then for year is name. For year is name. So these are the suffix you have to learn. It will be very, very much beneficial in your future when we will be doing more chapters or higher chapter. So you may please note it down and learn them first. Please, you can have a look and note it down. Okay, now let us move on. Okay, now how to use them. The usage means where to use them, as I already told even in previously. Right now I told where to use. So like here is from hitotsu to to. These are numbers. You will be using it for things like small things, only just for small things, tiny things. Like for example, you can have an example like I bought 4 apples. Now here your example is that I bought 4 apples. Now here is 4 and apple is our thing, and it is not that big that you think. Oh, okay. It is medium in size. Apple is like small. It's tiny only. It's not big. So we will be using the counter 4 as the counting from 1 to 10 is hitotsu, futatsu and so on. So the perfect counting for 4 is yotsu. Okay. Yotsu, so how would it be? Ringo, your noun or your thing. Ringo o. Then your number. Yotsu. kaimashita. Because the sentence is in past, that we bought it. So kaimashita, ringo o yotsu kaimashita means I bought 4 apples. Okay, now let us have an example for like living things too. For example, by using the suffix min, like there are 2 foreign students. There are 2 foreign students. Okay, now first of all, what is your noun? Here your noun is foreign students. You're thinking foreign students. So what is foreign is kai ko ku. Gai koku students. No gakusei. No gakusei ga. We won't use o because we are having living things here, which is foreign student. So here are 2 foreign students. For 1 and 2, it is Hitori and Futari. So we are having 2, so we will use 2 Futari. And the word used for non-living things is arimas and used for living things is imas. So Futari, imas. Okay, so this is sentence 1, this is sentence 2. Now let us have another example like I studied Japanese for 2 months in my country. It's the sentence for months. The suffix used for months is like I studied Japanese for 2 months. For 2 months in my country. So how would it be? Now here we are having a place which is country. So the suffix used for place means an action happened on a place. So it is they. They will be used with kuni. Kuni they studied Japanese for 2 months. Now you're having your time. So nikagetsu. Your time. Now what is your mean? What is your noun in this sentence? What did you study? You studied Japanese. So Nihongo o benkyo shimashita. Because you study, the sentence is in past that you study Japanese. Okay, so this was the usage of the suffix. Actually, we have only just the use for 3, and you can have a look and note it down once. Okay, now let us move on. Now, how to use interrogative? Like in the vocabularies, there were the word ikutsu, which meant how many. Ikutsu, how many. Ikutsu means how many. This is basically an interrogative, like you are asking how many things. Okay, so let us have an. Okay, there's a point. Ikutsu is used to ask how many about things which are counted as hitotsu extra. Okay, now when to use ikutsu, there is the use. You can't use anywhere where you want the word ikutsu. If you're talking about things or like means in the sentence, if the word is the thing meant by hitotsu till to, so only you will be using ikutsu. If you're talking about any other thing, you can't use ikutsu. Clear? When you're talking about hitotsu to to, then only we will be using the word ikutsu, means how many, for little things. Okay, now let us have an example. Like you are asking a question. Example, how many apples did you buy? Okay. How many apples did you buy? So apple is our thing, so we will be using ikutsu only. Right. So how many? First your noun is apple, so which is ringo. O. Now how many did you buy? How many? The verse comes after O, which is ikutsu. Ikutsu kaimashita ka. Kaimashita ka. Okay. Ringo o ikutsu kaimashita ka. You can also phrase this like this. Ikutsu ringo o kaimashita ka. If you put ikutsu before ringo and erase ikutsu after o, it is also correct. Means both are correct. It's totally on you how to use. Whether you want to put ikutsu in front or in between, it's on you. But the both are correct. Both the way are correct. Okay. You can have a look. Okay. Then if the person says like I bought one apple. One apple. So how would it be? So it would be like one apple or I bought one. So you can either write hitotsu or you can write hitotsu ringo o kaimashita or hitotsu kaimashita. I bought one apple hitotsu ringo o kaimashita, or you can just get the answer is simple like hitotsu. You can have a look once. Okay. Now let us move on. Here comes this means. Here comes nan. When to nan is used with the counter suffix to ask how many. Here it is used again to ask how many, but it is used with like when you're talking about hours, months, or about person, so you will be using nan. Kutsu is only used when we're talking about hitotsu, futatsu, and all, only just for things, and nan is used for your people, your time, and months, years, like basically for time and people. Nan is used. Like, let me write once. Nan is used for time and peoples and people. Okay, so this is the use of nan. Let us have an example and get it. Okay, so we would have like how many foreigners are there in this company? How many foreigners are there in this company? So here your place is company. Sorry, the place is this company, means we are talking about a particular company that is right in front of me or right near me. So, kono kaisha ni companies kaisha, we are having a direct noun after this, so kono is used. Kono kaisha ni is here because we are talking about a place, but there is no action happening in the company, so we are using ni. If there would be an action happened in the company, so we will use ti. Clear? Kono kaisha ni gai koku jin. Now here's a question arises again, when to use jin and nin. Nin is for peoples and jin is to tell the nationality. Foreigners. So foreigners, of course, they are from another country, so foreigners. So we are using jin. We would not use nin. Even if nin comes, okay, if you have used nin, means you're not talking about foreigners. You're even talking about your own country people. Jin is used to talk about the nationality. So here we have foreigner. So foreigner is the nationality. So jin is used. Gai koku jin. Here again, now foreigners are living things. So ga. Then here comes how many. Nan. How many? Now this is a living thing. So nan nin imaska. Imas is used because we are talking about living things, and if we were talking about non-living, so arimas. Clear? So this is the example with nan. Let us have another example like, how many hours do you study? How many hours do you study Japanese? So this is a question. So here we are having time. How many hours? We are asking about hours. So as I told, for time, nan will be used. So nan jikkan. Do you study Japanese? So noun Japanese, your verb study. So nan jikkan. Nan jikkan nihongo o benkyou shimasu ga? Okay, so this is the sentence. How many hours do you study Japanese? Nan jikkan nihongo o benkyou shimasu ka? Benkyou shimasu, study. In Japanese is nihongo. How many hours? Nan jikkan. If it would be how many months? So nan kagetsu. Here you can have a look and note it down. Okay, now let us move on. Now here comes dono burai. This is dono burai. Now dono burai is used for to ask the length of time something takes. Here basically we are, by using donokurai, we are asking the length of time, means how much time would it need or require, or how much time would this particular task take. So we would use donokurai in this case. Now let us have an example like, how long did you study Japanese? How long Did you study Japanese? So how long is donokurai? First, how long? So donokurai. Then your noun here is Japanese. Donokurai Nihongo o benkyou shimashita ka? Shimashita ka. Did you study? So the past of benkyou shima. So this is the simple use for donokurai. You can have a look. Okay. Then our next is gurai. Okay. Gurai is used when you're not sure about. Means when you do not have the perfect information or the right information. Means for example, how many teachers are there in school? So you don't know the correct answer. How many means in total you don't know. So you're just guessing about maybe 30 or 40 about. Where about comes when you're just rounding off something. So we use gurai here. Clear? Now let us have an example like same example like let us have an example. It takes about 15 minutes. 15 minutes. So your time is here 15. So gurai kakarimasu. Now, takes. In this chapter only, you learn the vocabulary for take, which is kakarimasu, when we're talking about time or money. So we are talking about time, here 15. Now, it takes about 15. We have used gurai because we were having about in this. Okay. Okay, like 15 minutes. Now you basically don't know that whether it takes only just 15 or more than 15. So we use this. So this was gurai. Have a look. Okay, so this was all for chapter 11. I hope you got it. And don't forget to subscribe my channel and like this video. And if you're having any queries, please comment down below. So I'll clear it. I'll try my best to give all the replies. See you in my next video.